What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another new episode of the Coach of the Disconnector. So we have Coach Carrie. Coach Carrie Irene is in the house, all muted and junk. Cut your mic on, sis. Cut your mic on.
Yeah, look, that is the trend of today. Shut your mouth. Okay, watch. That's gonna come up tonight. I guarantee it. Shut your mouth. Hey everybody, I'm Coach Carrie and this is Brandy the Disconnector.
Yes. So sis, before we jump into everything and introduce everything that's going on this fine, wonderful evening, how's your week been? I know you started a new venture. How's it going?
I've started all kinds of new ventures. Listen. So I started my new job this week. I am the department manager at H&M at Wolf Chase Mall here in Memphis. I'm very excited about that. Anyone who knows anything about me know I love H&M's clothes. Between them and Urban Outfitters, I could just make clothing angels all day in the floor. So that has been absolutely amazing. But you know what the highlight of my week was? Today. Actually, yesterday into today. It's been a process. And that was getting out of the way of expansion and staying in the lane of your own flow. When it comes to, and I know for a fact you know this because you have been displaying this in your video editing process when it comes to retaining clients, getting new clients, or rejecting clients due to whatever reason. But I helped a potential client get exactly what she needed by referring her to someone else because I knew what she needed was outside of my expertise. And made the match today and it was solidified and they're going to be working together and I'm so excited. Like it was the best feeling to know that what she came to me for, I actually did. And that was to help her as she guides her way to, where she wants to be. And it just happened not to be through me. But had she not asked me, she never would have known the lady that I introduced her to. So that was the highlight of my day. That was absolutely highlight.
I love that because we definitely right, but we definitely have that in common. If we can't do something for somebody, we're either going to connect them with somebody who can, or let them know, hey, I don't know, but I keep an eye out. But it's not my specialty. I'm not going to take these points. Absolutely. And if I do take somebody's money and it's not something I'm familiar with, I'm going to let them know up front. This is something I believe I can do.
Right.
But I can't make a guarantee of my capabilities yet.
Right.
If it doesn't turn out the way that you want it to.
Right.
Please feel free to ask me for your money back. Because I enjoy just getting the chance to do something that is outside of my norm in order to build my skills.
I love that. And that was the original reason why we started Coaching the Connector. So you know what to look for in a coach, what to look out for in a coach. And as a coach, how to work in integrity. And I think we both do that on so many different levels. So what's going on, Angelique, the artist? And someone else, Facebook user. Hello, good evening to you. I think it typically is Brother Ray Melvin is. No, he usually does like that though. In his.
Or we get a blue heart. Or
blue heart. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Or the hands and the hands. Yes.
All right. So
let's get into it.
Yes. So guys, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us this fine evening. We know you could be anywhere else right now, but instead you're here with Coach Carrie Irene and Brandy the Disconnector. So we truly appreciate that. So today's show, we actually have 2 or 3 of the authors of a book called Emerging Men. So in this book, there are 7 authors, all of them young men from various areas of the world, not the country, the world, who have come together to write a book based on their different experiences. And all of them have one thing or a few things in common, actually. They're mentors or coaches. They're leaders. They're educators. And they're members of their communities as well. So we're going to bring each one up here after giving you 3 words that they have chosen to describe themselves. After we give those 3 words for each gentleman, We'll bring him up so he can introduce himself because we like to let people speak for themselves.
Yes, sir.
That's why
Mhm.
often, unless we have talked to them and gotten the topic they specifically want to touch on, that's the difference on this show. Because we could be like, we want to talk about this. Who should we find? We find the people
Right.
that say, who do you want to talk about?
There you
What
go.
do you want to talk about? What is your specialty? What do you want the world to know about you? So
Yeah.
that's why I love our process. It's a little bit different, but there's a reason for that. So without
Mhm.
further ado, I'm actually going to take down our background here, this one right here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to add the slides to the screen. So our first gentleman, his name is Ryan. He identifies as a youth advocate, a community collaborator, and a servant leader. Ryan, come on, join us.
Ryan, Ryan, Ryan.
So Ryan, go ahead and take a few moments here and let our viewers know who is Ryan King.
Well, Ryan King is someone who loves the community. That's where I'm at right now. Someone who drive is to meet the needs of the community and bridge the gap in whatever way is needed, whether that be with males or with youth, both boys and girls. So that's me. So I'm a collaborate with different organizations or even supporting a political cause as well. So I'm do my best to fit in wherever is needed and lead with a heart for again for the people to show love to them to hand out different things, whether that's groceries, whether that's clothes. No matter what it is, I'm here. I make myself available to serve.
Love it, love it, love it. All right. So, Carrie, would you like to introduce our next young man?
Ma'am, I don't have your slides. You realize that, right? But I'm gonna introduce him anyway. No, and I wanted to ask him how to pronounce his last name. So I think it would be best if you introduce him because I want to give him the respect and the honor that he deserves to get this right. Because I know I will not be the best at this, and you will.
See, once again, we show it.
That's me.
So, our next gentleman, guys, his name is Mentu Nath. Is it Nath or Nath? You let me know the pronunciation once you come in, Brother King. But the three words that he came up with to describe himself is inspirational, author, and coach. So without further ado, let's bring on Mentu. Welcome, Mentu. Welcome, welcome. So do us a favor for our viewers. Let our viewers know how you describe yourself.
Thank you very much. First of all, I am actually joining from the country called Mongolia, the beautiful country in Central Asia. I love to call myself as a coach, author, as well as inspirational leader or transformational leader. So, as me, born and brought up in a country called as Bangladesh, and from there I traveled through many countries and landed this beautiful country, Mongolia. I really wanted to serve people. I wanted to contribute to the young generation how to transform where they are to where they would like to be in future, because we always stuck in past, so we need to break through that past and live in present moment and create consistently for the future. So that's why I'm here, and I really um, passionate about helping people to through my coaching, through my mentorship. And I have been in education last 15 years, and that's my goal of my life. I would continuously support any corner of the world where am I, physically or virtually, like this, to empower people, empower our community to grow in their own way, small but focused. So thank you for having me. I'm really, really quite happy as well as honored to be here with these all people, Coach Carrie, Brandy, as well as Ryan, and one of our another author, co-author, brother from another mother. I love you all. I really, really like to serve. So thank you for hosting us. It's
Love it,
my
love
real
it, love it.
pleasure.
And
That
it's
was
our
beautiful.
absolute pleasure and honor. So, guys, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we get back, we will introduce our third author and we will get into this conversation this fine evening. So, hold tight and we shall be right back. And we are back. So, guys, welcome back. We are on our third author who is also awaiting uh, being brought onto the show. So, we have Kevin L. Booker Jr., who is an educator, activist, and a scholar. So, Brother King Kevin, we're going to bring you on so you can go ahead and let us know how you describe yourself, Brother King.
Absolutely. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Buenos noches, bonjour, bon dia, ni hao, memenjes, dobre utro, namaste, sawadi, xiaoem, manganang hapun, como ye, sopa wanang assalamu alaikum, privet, guten tag, kalimara, and as they say in some neighborhoods, what's good? My name is Kevin Booker Jr. One of the reasons why I start off in all these different languages is out of respect and homage to the various cultures of this awesome program tonight. And I tell you, I love being an educator, an activist, and a scholar. I've been dedicated to educating people for a long time, and that's my passion and love. And one thing I always say to all my students is you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. So thank you so much, Coach Carrie and Brandy. I'm excited about being on this show today. We're going to have an awesome time. We're going to enjoy ourselves. Thank you.
Beautiful. So, welcome back, all the Brother Kings. So, guys, this book, Emerging Men, who's the brain behind this project?
Mrs. Tara Hall.
Now we know this mastermind isn't here right now. But how would you guys describe the gentleman that brought you all together? Let's start with Ryan.
Well, Miss Tara Hall, she brought us all together through just an advertisement. It all started her looking for men to be authors in this book, which is now called Emerging Men. And so she had different things that was, that different topics, fatherlessness, fatherhood, divorce, da 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 da. She had all those different things, and and that's how she brought us all together. And I didn't know who was going to be a part until I think until she posted the book cover. I said, "Oh, okay, look at them. Oh, look at all those beautiful people, all those beautiful faces, all the beautiful colors faces." So she always liked to say that she didn't choose us, we chose her.
Absolutely.
So she's have great experience as a book coach, and before this project, she released Immersion Women. So this is a follow up to that book.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that posted on Facebook. I do, and I know Sister Hall, but not very well. But everything that I have, every encounter that I've had with her, whether it be a post, a share, a comment, it's always been so sweet. The spirit is very sweet, very gentle, but very um, I feel wings. You know, like when you see wings open, I can feel hers like this. So she's always had that great, energy. I wanted to ask you as a follow up to what you said, Ryan. You said that she had these different topics. What was yours?
Well, the name of the chapter is called Freedom to Be. And in there, it's my journey of my freedom to be in relationships and education, ministry. Uh, there's all sorts of different areas, career, uh,
Hmm.
all sorts of different things of me finding my way in being. So in there,
Right.
I'm specifically I'm talking about, self doubt. I'm speaking of my way of freedom to be with masculinity and having a same sex attraction, my without my biological father being in my life. So many different things that
Right.
I'm touching on in that book is all about freedom to
Hmm.
be. Freedom to be whatever you choose to be. We
Right.
have these labels that have been attached to us, such as myself, gay, men, major depression disorder, and then later on with psychotic features. Yet I'm not ashamed to speak that out loud because I know
Mhm.
who I am.
Freedom
um,
to be authentic.
yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I was attached to all those labels, special ed, all those different labels. I had to learn who I am, what I am, who I'm choosing to be at any specific time, and
Hmm.
know that who I be is okay at any moment of time. So
Hmm.
it's just freedom to be. I mean, don't allow restrict people to put restrictions and labels on you to keep you in a box. Tear that box open and say, "Here I am, and I'm choosing my freedom to be whoever I am." And you just gonna accept it. You're just gonna accept it.
Lovely.
I'm not changing it.
That
You
is amazing. That's why we need people like you, Ryan, to encourage others to be their authentic selves. It's all right to be your authentic self. So, Mentu, what's the name of your chapter, and what was the thinking behind it? What led you to choose that?
Thank you for this question. It's really good question. The name of this chapter, The Dream of a Young Boy. So it's a part of my life, a day especially when I had really a challenge how to overcome this weather and other condition and overcome the exam fear, because every individual who are preparing for professional examination in their area, in their career, this has a tremendous fear. Because of fear we can't really approach towards our dream. So every dream, whatever we have, it has certain kind of fear: social fear, internal fear, external fear, many different kind of fear. And this fear to overcome, we need a story. And that story I actually authentically put over to the book and to my audience, to my readers. And this whole process, especially my co-authors, they also inspire me to be more authentic, because is the vulnerable attitude what you have that actually creating the better man of you as you are. You shouldn't be hiding who you are. You are the authentic self. Once you share the story, you will feel yourself liberated. You feel yourself freedom. And that freedom I actually shared through my story. The name of the story is The Dream, how this dream came to a manifestation through my small focused action. And through this whole process, the project where brought all those male author together and bring our this emerging story to the young generation as well as emerging boys to pivot from their own challenges and reach their goal. And that's what I wanted to share this story. I wanted to share this special mission or message to them. Never give up. Keep move forward. Keep move forward. And small step towards your goal. Sooner or later, you will reach the goal. So that's my story. That's my really behind of the story. And I hope everyone whoever listening, they also start taking action, because quitter never win, right? And those who quit, they will never win because they come out from the game. And those who are keep trying, they will definitely win one day. Thank you.
I love that. And I love how those two merge. And I'm sure it goes on and on with each author, which I'm sure will tie right into Brother Kevin as well. But the thing that I saw that connected was that authenticity piece. Regardless of the question, the authenticity is the answer really coming from you? Or is it coming from outside influences? So anytime we get a call for life, even if it's to write a book in our story, as y'all so obviously articulately done from what I'm hearing y'all say today, is what is your answer to the call? And Ryan's was that love piece, and being authentic within and really telling his story. But it's the same with men too. It's his story and he's not ashamed to tell it in his own authentic voice. So I appreciate both of you. This is good.
Absolutely wonderful. Now, Kevin, same question to you.
Absolutely.
What is your chapter in the book, and what led you to choose that topic?
Brandy, thank you so much for that question. First of all, I would like to say thank you to God first, because through all the trials and tribulations, a lot of times we have I have our committee talking to us at night. Like, I don't know if I can really do it, and then we begin to buy into that negative self-talk. So I started thinking about my students. And I remember when I was teaching 7th grade, one of my 12-year-olds who was a refugee, and their first form of education was in the 6th grade, because they were in a refugee for 11 years of their life. And then when they got to 7th grade, that was their first time in a classroom. And they gave me a poem, and it was titled Excuses. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Excuses are the tools of the incompetent, which create monuments of nothingness. And those who specialize in the use of these tools seldom amount to anything. So I started thinking about my student who continue to push themselves. And I said to myself, I can't make excuses, because I have to make sure this story is being told in this chapter. I have to push myself when I'm having those negative self-talk and negative ideas in my head. I have to push myself to continue moving forward. So even though I have to, in the state of Connecticut and also in many other states, there are 169 towns in the state of Connecticut. 153 are predominantly white. 16 towns are where people of color are concentrated. So that means I have to continually navigate through white spaces, and which is very challenging, as we all know in this call. And most of the time, you have to go through those obstacles. So my experience has been there. Some people will always underestimate you because of your race, your background, your class. But I want the reader to see that they should Never allow anyone to put you in a box. Continue pushing yourself to be your best and stay focused on your dreams and aspirations. Never forget your ancestors, because our ancestors fought for us to be here. Our ancestors died and made sure we can continue to persevere. And I want the reader to know that they can achieve anything they put their mind to. Do not always limit yourself in your achievements because of the false narratives that people have of who you are. This is why I wrote my chapter, to shed light on the issue that is detrimental to all of our communities and to uplift people who resemble me. That we don't have to buy into the box. That's what my title of my chapter is called, Life on Top of the Box. Because we don't have to buy into the narrative of what people think of somebody and believe it. You redefine who you are as a person. Thank you.
I absolutely love that chapter title. Carrie already knows. Ryan already knows. This is a subject and that is very close to my heart. So thank you for sharing that. You are not the only one to see the stuff that you see the way that you see it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to articulate it without coming off as hostile or mad. And it's definitely appreciated. You saw me looking around a little bit earlier, and it's because I literally wrote down something earlier. It said, grind as if your ancestors are waiting for you at the finish line.
Come on.
That part. And guys, this is why we do things the way we do things. We allow things to flow organically, because you never know. I've never met Brother King Booker Jr. Never met him. But that frequency is already there. When you have an open mind, these types of connections will happen all the time. This is how you continue to level up in life. You see 3 gentlemen here. Different walks of life, same intentions, different methods.
Mm-hmm.
Never assume that the way that you do things is the right way, because you might take somebody off of their path that just needs to see that they are capable and give them the foundational tools to figure out their own way.
Right. You better say that. You better say that. And I love every bit of it, Brother Booker. I mean, that is good stuff. And I wanted to ask you, because I hear, just like Brandy, we know Brandy has the connector at first. Like you're saying, these connections happen organically when you're constantly paying the inner forward. You're working on me. What can I do? What do I need to cultivate, feed, release? But also, we know Brandy now as the disconnector, because inside of connecting people together, she also sees that there's some things we got to get rid of. So, we see the flyers in the background and the fact that she's so technical savvy, and that's what she do. But who she is the disconnector. So what I want to know, kind of the other part of it, like ain't no doubt who he is, like, because I feel that passion. What do you do?
Coach Carey, you're talking about what do I do?
Yeah.
And when you said, like, what do I do? Like, can you elaborate a little bit on that?
I actually wanted you to go with your gut answer, because I kind of felt it. Like, just whatever your gut answer was, what do you do? Like, I just want to know what that meant to you.
What do I do?
Yeah.
I love the fact that this is like just flowing like this. This is dope.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah. Okay. Brother King Kevin, you had no idea. You had no idea. You want me to be formal?
Yeah,
you want me to be super?
Honestly, it's just what do I do? I love what I do because I do it beyond. It's not beyond myself. I do it because I think of like Fannie Lou Hamer. I think of somebody like her who was a sharecropper, and she got beat up constantly by the police. And I think about all those individuals who came before me,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like even when I'm tired and I don't feel like getting up in the morning,
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm blessed to live another day.
Right.
You know, I got food in the house. I'm able to move, navigate. I gotta do this. I gotta be on my grind. I have to demonstrate this leadership because I got kids who are looking up to me. I got my community looking up to me. So I gotta push myself even when I don't feel like doing it. I got family. So
Yeah.
it's like this is beyond me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I think that's and when I'm learning more and more, you got to take some time for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm.
and that's hard because all of us in this call, that's what we do. We pour out. We're
Right.
constantly trying to help our people, help our community, and it's just one thing we have to do. And I love the fact that you asked that question, Coach Carey, is that we have to really like take care of ourselves
Right.
so that we can be able to take care of others.
Mm.
When I think about what do I do, what do I do to take care of me? I practice yoga. I
Okay.
meditate.
Mm-hmm.
I take walks and talk to myself on those long walks.
Oh yeah.
Um, you know, I listen to music. You know, I might put on Pop Smoke to, you know, Louis Armstrong. I don't know. You know, whatever I'm feeling at that moment to just make sure I can tone out, just zoom out, and not focus on that negative energy for that moment.
Love it, love
Mm-hmm.
it, love it, love it. Now
So,
we gotta let the brother King Mintu get in on the conversation. He looked like he
Go
ready to say
ahead.
something.
I know he's
Come on,
like,
Mintu.
yeah.
But I want to know from you guys, what is that driving factor? Like, what is that big vision that you all have? Because every single one of us on here has a vision. Mintu, let's start with you. What is your ultimate? Because when you're on the path that we're on, you have that big, ultimate, audacious goal that you're like, I might not make it, but even if I fall short, I'm gonna get some awesome stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Actually, through my journey of my career, I have noticed many students of mine had shattered because of their dream had been devastated. They couldn't reach their goal. The reason behind it could be many: financial, non financial, personal perseverance, motivation, inspiration. You may list them down. My brother Kevin actually mentioned the point, the excuses. And that's what actually remind me, they actually bring back those excuses. But for me, I don't bring any excuses as I could, even if I'm really tired. You see, last night I had to wake up a couple of times because of this interview. Even before this, there is another interview. I don't mind. I wake up, I prepare, I also read my book and so many things. I am a special reader. I keep reading so many new things and consistently developing me so then I can help my community, my people, my students, and so on. So my audacious goal, if you ask me, I really wanted to touch million over people to help their goal to manifest. So as a coach, mentor, I really like to help them. And to do that, first of all, I need to take care of myself, and to making sure I am taking care of me. I actually practice like brother Kevin. I practice yoga. I have been practicing it almost like 10 years now. Since my childhood, I used to do that. And I also do meditation. So meditation is core concept in me. Anything I do, I start doing meditation, and then after that I start doing it. And even I sometimes train people how to be good meditator and all that. On top of that, I also play cricket and chess. So these two games help me to wake up and rejuvenate myself and make me so much well to the community. And I engage so many vulnerable kids and people in game of cricket, helping them to come out from their own barrier, own boundary, because we should be not putting our limit ourselves, because we put ourselves, society put in. We shouldn't be talking or listening to those limit, because we have this ability to go beyond our limit. We are all limitless, all of us limitless. I guess we got some kind of technical issue. Am I right?
I just switch things around as we're conversating.
Okay, okay. That's all from my
it's
side. Thank
musical
you. Thank you very
StreamYard.
much.
It's cool.
Yeah, yeah. Nice, nice. Thank you very much for
Most
this amazing
definitely.
question.
So, Ryan, my question to you is answer one of the two previous questions. You wasn't ready,
Okay.
was you?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Don't do that. We ain't even gonna go there. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
So, either what is your audacious vision, or Carrie, remind him of your question.
Girl, I think I asked both of them two different questions. So I mean, I asked him what does he do? And then the first question was to Ryan. So I don't know. I don't know what you want from me, Ryan.
All right.
Right.
We
What
should
right
do that.
now? I got a question for you, Ryan. I got a question for you. What has been the pivotal practice that you've been doing to love yourself? Because I know that's one of the key things that you've been talking about is really being loving the authentic you that is coming out and is saying, I ain't hiding no more. What have you been doing to keep up with that? And kudos to you, by the way, because I see you.
Well, one of the things I've been doing is with this quote. It's a quote by Malcolm X. And it says, light creates understanding. Understanding creates love. Love creates patience. And patience creates unity. And what I discovered, before I can understand anyone else, I have to understand myself. Before I can have that love for anyone else, I have to have that understanding within myself, then which creates love for myself. So meaning, let me put a pin right there and speak on that a little bit. So what that means is I have to understand every single thought that goes through my mind. I had to understand it. I had to love it. I had to love the thoughts that may be coming from my past. I had to love the thoughts of what may be coming from my future. I had to love the thought of a confused state of mind. I had to love the thought of a confident state of mind. So I had to love all that parts of me. Then I had to create patience with myself. I had to create patience with those thoughts that I may not understand, that may cause me to feel a certain way, uncomfortable. I have to create patience for myself with the actions where I'm at right now, where I may not know at this time what I do know. I have to create patience with all of that stuff. The process. I have to have patience with the process. Therefore, I can have patience with other people's process. And then with that, patience creates unity. Therefore, all parts of me, all the parts of me that I'm created from the past, present, and future, I have to unify all that within myself. So that's what I've been working on, unifying all the parts of me and removing the parts of me that does not fit who I am, do not fit the thoughts that I would like to think, achieve, manifest. I have to create that unity. Therefore, I can create unity with others of all races, of all backgrounds, of all gender identities, of all sexual orientations. I have to create that unity. But first, I have to be unified with myself. I have to be unified with all the parts of me, my sexuality, my ethnicity, my career, my position, who I'm serving. I have to trust that. I have to trust that part of me, that unified part of me. Therefore, when I go out in the world, I won't be divided. and confused, but I will go because I have become united with it myself. I can be reunited with others.
You better say that. You hear me? You better say that. I wish I had a firecracker. I just lighted it. Pow! You know, just
And
boom.
And after that, we got to take a commercial break. So, Ryan, thank you for dropping that mic, sir. We'll be right back, y'all. And we're back. So, guys, if you're unaware just yet, we are on the E360 television network. It's a streamable app on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android streaming devices, any Android phone, any Apple phone. So just download the 60 TV app. Our show is located in the Fresh Take section, as well as the show that I am announced on Tuesdays by the name of Fem Talk. And right before we get started back up with things, this is Fem Talk.
1, 2, 3. Wow. Boom. What? Wow. Hey.
You can't control a man. If you can control him, that's a boy.
He is not worth it.
So put a pound 22 on that.
Breakdown. Stop.
I'll slap you.
So yeah, I figured it'd be better to show y'all than try to tell y'all what Fem Talk is about. So if that's something that would interest you, be sure to join us any given Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I have one I believe to be powerful question for you, gentlemen. Mintu, I want to start with you first. What are the greatest challenges that you find in your community that you want to address?
Good question.
Very good question. Very good question. Appreciate this question. I'm living in a country where every single day I have opportunity to get it back. There are many challenges. The challenges between the opportunity already available for us to change. Example, I'm working with many vulnerable and orphanage kids in this country who doesn't have proper education system or even living condition. So I personally sponsor them to their orphanage, and I take care as many responsibility possible as a social person. I like to challenge that up, how to bring these all kids who doesn't have parents, how to help them up, how to give them a proper education. So I am part of about 3 separate orphanage and kids related non-profit organization. Together with that, I'm also running a special coaching for cricket association called as Mongolian Cricket Association. Under that, I basically help kids to learn a sports called as a cricket, and this game is really connecting as a team spirit and helping these kids to learn new skill and grow their own possibility in the future, not just learning the education but also getting it back through the game of spirit called as a sports is a really bonding point for people to have fun, not just studying just like a book or college or institution. They also can have fun in the field where they can provide as they are true self working together to win the game and play together. So I also coach the women team of Mongolia. So this is one of the area I do. Apart from that, in the university, I help my colleagues as much I could to be a good trainer or coach, helping them to grow their game in a next level. Because every one of us, certain cases, we feel like we're stuck. But once we give back to the society, from there we can see the real growth happening. So once anyone feel like you feeling stuck, go out of your comfort zone, give back what you have. It's not necessarily to be perfect, because sometimes perfection hold you up. I do not know, I do not be as perfect to deliver this course or some training and so on. Doesn't really matter. You accept the fact what you know and share it to the wider community. You will feel like you are growing. So I always look for that opportunity. Doesn't matter do I know or not, but I'll go through this journey and learn. So that's what I do every single day. Try my best to give back the society, and through that so many new people I connected, and through that actually I came to know our visionary author Tara, the coach Carrie, you, Brandy, all of my co-author friends and brothers. It's really, really make me feel we should take action. Kevin was saying, need to learn how to be uncomfortable. You need to be learn how to be comfortable in your uncomfortable zone, right? So that's what I have been practicing. Because of my another life coach or success coach is Jack Canfield. I'm a success trainer under his special brand name, and we basically learn that through our whole entire success principle. So that's what I do for the society. There are so many small pieces I do,
Right,
but
right. It's
but
very multifaceted, but it all interconnects. I love the various ways that you connect with your community after the problems that you've seen yourself and identify that you know your skill set can actually help address. Um,
right. Thank you.
as Angelique said, athletics are a great outlet, and as a coach or leadership trainer or educator, people are more likely to trust you when they can see you being your genuine self, enjoying sport while also teaching what you know in that sport. So we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan, it's your turn, Brother King. So, what are the issues in your community that you've identified that you want to actively be positive impact on?
I would say for me, uh, the first thing that comes to mind is mental health, and then
Mm.
as a part of mental health is vulnerability with men, with boys and men, and letting them know that it's okay to be vulnerable. Uh, that's my one of my things is one of my focus is is both of those mental health, and of course as well giving boys and men, the opportunity to know that they are somebody, that they are somebody, even though that their dad may not be there, even though whatever the case, whatever have happened in their past, they are somebody, that there's a gift inside of them. Matter of fact, they are the gift. They are the gift. I think we need to realize. I need realize that more as individuals, that we are the gift, and nothing else outside of us can 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 is more valuable than us as we ourselves. And anything else outside of us is only accessory. So that's the way I looked at it. But we are the most expensive gift, and anything else externally only adds to our value.
That's powerful. That's very powerful, Ryan. So
Ryan just called us accessories, y'all. And I love it.
So, Brother King Kevin, same question. What are the issues that you identify within your own community that you choose to address?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Brandy, for asking that question. There's a quote by M.K. Asante that comes to my mind. M.K. Asante Jr. He says, "When you make an observation, you have an obligation. When you make an observation, you have an obligation." So I feel like there's three things in my community that I have an obligation to tackle while I'm still alive and breathing, because it's a blessing every day to get up and be able to consistently do what you are blessed and designed to do every day. So one of the first things I always think of is when my people, my culture, was enslaved in this nation. They were not allowed to be able to read or write without being murdered. And in today's society, by the time a child gets to third grade, if they cannot read or write efficiently, that's how they determine how many juvenile cells they should build in our nation. Wow. So my goal in my community is to make sure I continually volunteer with those second graders and those third graders, and to make sure when they're graduating from elementary school that they can read and write efficiently, so that no one can determine how many juvenile cells they should be able to build for people in my community. Secondly, one of the things I want to dedicate and continually dedicate my life to is mentorship. I can't do it alone, so continually reach out for men and women in my community where we can have authentic conversations with those young men and women who may need father figures and mother figures, so we can continually empower them even when they're dealing with anxiety and lack of self-esteem and that low self-esteem as well. We can encourage them to be their authentic self, so they can be like a Ryan King, and they can be like a Mentu, where they can just continue to empower their community when we're all dead and gone.
Yes, indeed.
And then thirdly, I would like to make sure we have life skill workshops that can work on sense of self, finances that we all have never been really taught in schools enough, confidence, anxiety. And when we focus on themes like Black History Month, Women's History Month, we have assemblies, we have panel discussions to help our kids learn things about their own selves that they're not being taught in schools. They can build that confidence and that sense of self. And Brandy, I'm just thinking about, when you were saying earlier, we gotta ignite that fire, right? Because that's important to continue that legacy, so we can meet our ancestors at that finish line.
Yes, indeed.
Because they are waiting.
Those are those three things. And I'll leave with this last quote. When I think of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." So in our goals and things that we want to accomplish in our communities, we have to keep moving forward. Because that's what our ancestors did.
I should.
So powerful. You three gentlemen, first and foremost, we want to again thank you for coming on this evening, because it's great that you're all a part of a book, but it's even greater that you come from diverse backgrounds with a sense of duty to community and the drive to get it done. So thank you guys for sharing some time with us this fine evening. Before we let you go this evening, we want to allow you to let us know if anybody would like to connect with you, how they should do that. Do you all have Instagram? All three of you? All right. So here's what I want you guys to do. I have another commercial to play real quick. While that commercial is playing, I want you each to drop your Instagram in the private chat so I can run it across the screen and our viewers know exactly how to get a hold of you, Brother Kings. All right? So with that, we'll be right back after this short message. Don't go nowhere.
Do your legs ever feel restless, swollen, or fatigued? Do you ever get cramps that disturb your sleep? You might be suffering from chronic venous insufficiency, an extremely common problem affecting about 40 million Americans. The good news is that help can be found with VitaSupport MD's Vein Formula Supplement. Their Vein Formula Supplement supports normal venous function and was created by board-certified cardiovascular surgeon Dr. John Chubak, who made it his mission to provide the highest quality supplements using only the best ingredients and relying on scientific research from around the world. Dr. Chubak is at the forefront of educating physicians and patients about the important role dietary supplements can play in the management of vein and lymphatic disease. It was his passion that led to the creation of VitaSupport MD. Live a healthier life with VitaSupport MD's Vein Formula Supplement, available at VitaSupportMD.com. That's VitaSupportMD.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration.
And we are back. So guys, we now have these Instagram handles for you to follow easily. Any other evening, this will already be done, but you guys know we're new, we're growing. We do not hide that we're slowing down on some things right now to go faster a little bit later. So
we are perfect for February 3rd, 2022 at 8:57 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's what we are.
Hey. This ain't my perfect yet, but we getting it.
It is for today because boom, just like that, it's gone. It's gone. It's got.
Hey! So guys, in order to follow the Brother King Ryan King, go to @SunInspirator on IG. @SunInspirator on IG. To follow the Brother King Mintu, go to @N as in Nancy Mintu Kumar on Instagram. And to follow the Brother King Booker Jr. BookerJr.Kevin. So guys, if you missed it, just go back and watch the end to catch these Instagram handles so you can follow these Brother Kings. And before you guys jump on off of here, once again, Carrie and I want to thank you for your time. And we want to welcome you to come back sometime to basically just let us know what's changing, what's going good in your lives, what have you experienced that has proven to you that you are on the right path and are continuing to grow. So stay in contact with us. We'd like to have you guys on again, and it could be next month, it could be next year. It doesn't matter as long as we get a chance to follow up with you, gentlemen, and follow your journeys and the things that you are each building. I find it so powerful that you three, again, different areas of the country and the world, same mission, different methods. It's baffling, but absolutely amazing to me.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Absolutely. Well, Brother Kings, I just want to tell you, enjoy your authenticity.
Yes, yes. So, guys, as we close out, once again, we want to thank you for joining us this evening. I hope you enjoyed the Brother Kings, our authors from the book Emerging Men. I'd tell you the subtitle, but I haven't memorized it yet. But what I am going to tell you is I will be going on Amazon and purchasing my copy so that I can learn more about each one of these gentlemen, plus the other four we haven't even had a chance to meet yet.
Yes,
so we thank you guys for your time this evening. Carrie?
I love y'all. And I've always had fun. So I hope you're over there having fun and enjoy your authenticity too.
And with that, we'll see y'all next week.